What is up, guys? It's your boy Taekwon Jackson. I'm here to do another video for you guys. So today I want to go over my software that I use to automate my business. Now you guys might be thinking, what are you automating? I'm automating my booking process. So I don't sit there and talk to clients, what time you want to come in, what's your email, what's your phone number, what's the address of the event, what's this, what's that. I don't do any of that, okay? What I do is I send them the link, they go on the link and they book. In the link that I send them, they can figure out what day and time slot that they want to pick that's open. It stops them from it stops anything from overbooking. It doesn't allow that. And it collects the deposit for me, and it keeps their card on file. So say I do a throne chair and I drop off my throne chair there, and then they don't, then they try to rob me or leave with the throne chair. I have their card on file. So guess what I do next? I charge the card. You know what I'm saying? So this right here is the software I use to keep me feeling like I can trust these people. I don't have to trust them, but it makes me feel more secure about what I'm doing. It makes me feel like I have everything that I need, and I feel like I don't have to worry as much when I'm dropping off these throne chairs or lending someone my services or waiting for my final payment. I can charge the card at the end of the event. It just gives me a peace of mind knowing that everything is in order, everything goes straight to my Google Calendar, and everything is done correctly. So with that being said, let me show you an example. So my website is E4 Digital Marketing as me, and I'm gonna go check it out so you guys can get an idea. So when I see my client, this is what I show them. I send them this link right here. Or first thing I do, so when I see my client, the first thing I do is I ask them, what day and time slot are you looking for? Just so I can make sure that I don't have anything that day. Once they're available and I can see that they're available, this is what I send them. Right here, this is things and graphics that I made in Canva. This really isn't the magic that Acuity makes. Right here, this is all Acuity, this piece right here, and I love it. So let me show you why. So say for instance, we run a 360 photo booth company. We send this to our clients. Now they can select how many hours they want. They want 1, 2, 3, etc. How many hours they want. Let's say they want it 4. They can book. Now they can get an add-on. Oh, what other services can I add to it? I can add photography. I can add throne chair, videography, some marquee numbers. Let's go with 2 marquee numbers. Now the next step is that they will scroll down here and pick the day and time slot that they want to book. So they can say, okay, I want to book for, I don't know, July 11th at 7 a.m. Select and continue. Then I collect their name. I collect their last name, their phone number, their email. They get to read my contract, so here's my contract. They have to agree to the contract. Then they have to answer all these questions. So these are the questions that I ask every client. Where's your full address? I need the number, street name, city, and zip code, because there's plenty of times where clients will tell you, oh, I'm just at Mogul's Palace. Well, there might be 2 Mogul Palaces in your city. I need the exact street name, number, city, and zip code. That way you can always make sure you go to the right spot. I have an emergency contact name and an emergency contact number. Maybe the client that booked me is the birthday girl and they get super drunk. I need to find out who I need to contact to get my stuff if I can't find it for whatever reason. Now say this person and the birthday girl left. Now I have the venue owner's name and the venue owner's number, so I can get into that person's establishment and get what I need to get. I ask for the type of event just so I can get an idea, if it's inside or outside, what time the event starts, what time should I be finished or shutting down, and then I have other specific things about specific things. So like marquee numbers, what numbers you want, 360 photo booth clients, what songs would you want to be added to it. And then under that, I just have a lot of yes or no questions. Like, do you understand that I'll be dropping it off at a certain time slot? There's no refunds. Do you understand that you need to be there when I pick it up? These are all the things I get to add. And then at the bottom, I have, if they want to add any extra information about the booking, maybe it's like, okay, we are in a White House next to a cat, now I know, what I'm saying? I can have that information there. And then before they book, so say they fill out all that information, oh, that's great. But now I need to collect payment because I'm not about to put this in my schedule unless I have a payment. Right here, they can either pay now, the full thing, or they can pay the deposit. I love this. I love this so much because this means that no one's in my calendar unless they've put their money where their mouth is. So They could be all talk on the phone. Oh, we love you. We want to book your services. But they can do all that and never book you. This allows me to defeat all that. Now I can just give them this link. And if they want to book, they can. You know, I don't have to negotiate. Oh, give me a couple days. Oh, can you hold this date for me? No, 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 no. That's not how I work. I give you the link. And it's up to you. It's first come, first serve. So if you take too long and it gets booked by someone else, that's on you. And why I always say that is because now it puts the pressure on them to either book or move along. But now they're not wasting your time. You gave them everything they need to book right then and there. So it's up to them from there. And that's why I love Acuity Scheduler, and that's what Acuity Scheduling is. It's just my booking software. Once they fill all this out, this all goes to my calendar. As you can see right here, I have plenty of clients right here, right, all up and down this, all up and down this, all over here, all right here, over here, over here, over here. These are all my clients, and they're all in my calendar without me having to do extra information. I mean, without me have to do extra work. I didn't have to manually put this in my Google Calendar. This is all in my Google Calendar. And on my phone, on the front of my phone, I'll take a screenshot and show you guys. I have my calendar right there so I can see everything from start to finish. Another thing I like about it is, see, I have a couple personal things on my calendar. So here's a fairy tale wedding, and here's, you know, my sister's graduation. If I block it off like this, it automatically blocks it off in Acuity Scheduling. So if we go back, you'll notice that if I try to book something for June 9th, let's go back. Let's go back. Let's try to book for June 9th. You can see that the 9th and the 10th are already blocked off because those are the days I blocked off just so I can go do whatever I want. And I didn't have to go in Acuity and do that. I just did that regularly in the Google Calendar. And that's why it's so strong and efficient, because think about it. Now, if you have other softwares or other companies, or you have an event space like I do, I can block off time in the event space for me to be at the event space and not let other people book other services. So for me, Acuity is the way to go. And now I want to get into more on how to use Acuity. So from there, let's go to Acuity Scheduler. So Acuity Scheduling, we're gonna go through the process so you guys can kind of see. I'm gonna click try scheduling because there's like a little trial thing you can run. I'm gonna create a trial one. This is the one I actually use, but we're gonna do a little trial run. I'm gonna hit next. And here we go. It's setting it up right now. So the first thing it's going to ask is your business name. Now keep in mind, so what it's explaining is when you make your business name, so like for instance, mine is E4 Digital Marketing. So E4 Digital Marketing adds me. You guys see that? So for yours, just keep in mind that you want to have it be your business name, whatever your business name is. I'm going to write Test Ty, and it's going to be Test Ty or Testy or whatever. .as me. That's going to be your URL. That's what it's going to say when you send it to people for them to book. So just keep that in mind. Let's hit next. Let's just do that. Now let's make your first appointment type. I know a lot of you guys and viewers that follow me are 360 photo booth vendors. So let's make a 360 photo booth booking. All right, let's say if someone wanted the 360 photo booth for 2 hours, let's make that. So we're going to call it 360 photo booth. And we're going to put it for 120 minutes, which is 2 hours. And we're going to say that price is $300 for that. And then we're going to hit next. What days is this service going to be available? Or you can just set up your availability. So I personally work during the weekend. So Sunday, Friday, Saturday. But we're just going to put all week for now. Just because, so you know, it's prom season. Maybe you guys want to get some prom people. That's totally fine. So we'll do that. And then this is the pay. Now, I recommend that everyone set up their payment options. And I'm gonna tell you why. The payment system on here is going to collect the deposit, but it's also gonna keep their card on file, which means if you drop off your equipment and they steal your equipment, you can charge their card. If you get there, do the service, and they don't wanna pay, you can charge their card. It's gonna stop you from worrying about, oh, are they doing this? Are they doing that? Don't worry about it. You could charge their card. Now, I will remind you that some people, you know how to dispute it, so they can dispute it on their card if they want to. But I still think it'll be a pain when you take that money from them, you know. So, cause a lot of people don't know how to do that, you know, with their card. So just keep that in mind. But here, yeah, so I would click on collect and save card details, and clients can pay a full amount in advance. Yes, I would like them to be able to do that. Can clients tip? Yes, I would like them to do that. You know, all same thing with this. Require type of appointment, full payment or deposit amount. I usually do a 50% deposit for my bookings. Not for weddings, but I do them for like 360 photo booth, marquee numbers, throne chairs, etc. Clients can pay them out in full, of course. Clients can tip when the stuff's paid. Cool. So yeah, one of these options is what I would recommend. I believe this saves your card too. I don't know why it doesn't show that, but I know that this one obviously says it. Collect and save card details. So I don't know what the difference between these two is. I guess this one doesn't let you do deposits and this one does. But on mine, it does deposits and I can still charge the card afterwards. So anyway, that's great. So what I would do is, it says right here, PayPal does not support saving card details. So PayPal is not an option I would pick. I would pick Stripe. That's the one that I've been using. I'm not that familiar with Square. I don't know if Square is going to actually keep their card on file also, but Stripe I know 100% does, and that's why I use it. So next, I kind of want to go down row by row on this side so you guys can kind of get an understanding of how everything works. There's a couple things here, but let's just go through it. First thing I want to go through is the calendar. Oh, we're going to discard this because we're not filling that out. So here's your calendar. This is how it looks. I just kind of want you to get an idea. So here's a test. Here's a test booking, just so you can kind of see it. So you can click on it. This is all the information from this person that you know, fictionally paid. This is just a test dummy, just so you can kind of see. But it says, like, you know, the amount owed, marked as paid, $45 was the price. You know, it starts from this time to this time. It's just giving you an example. And if you click anywhere on here, if I click on here, I can manually go in here and make a booking. I can make a booking. Now, since this is the only one that we have, if we had other options, we can pick other options. But this is the only appointment type that we have. Appointment types over here, right? And we're gonna make some more. But right now, I just want you to get an idea. So we can come in here manually if we wanted to, fill this out, fill out all the information of the client and know what they want in our forms. Once we make forms, intake forms are right here. But once you make those forms, it'll all be here, and then we'll have all the information we need to collect any money and to put them in our schedule. That's if you want to do it manually for someone. Sometimes if it's an older client that's not too computer savvy, I will go out my way to just do it manually for them, just so I can collect their money a little bit faster and move on with my day. And that's if I meet them in person. So next thing, clients. Right here is just going to be a list of all your clients. This is the test, McTest Jane. But you can see it's going to have the phone number. It's going to have the email if for whatever reason you was just trying to contact them or stuff like that. This should all be in your phone when you have your booking anyway, because it's going to be in your Google Calendar. But if you needed to do that, you can do that. And here's the import export, right? Invoices. Invoices is something that I rarely use, but I use it for certain clients. The only reason I do that is because invoices are good for clients that aren't going to owe you any money. You're just taking all the money up front, you know, because when you do an invoice like this, it doesn't give you the option to charge their card again. So with that being said, I really don't like invoices as much. If I was going to do an invoice, I would just use my other software, which is QuickBooks, to send an invoice the regular way. But this right here, I use it specifically for certain clients that just need, like I have a church pastor that comes in every Sunday to use the event space. I create an invoice on that Sunday, send it to him, he pays it, and then I move on and wait till next Sunday. So that's just something you can do with him, with certain clients. Because I don't have a pricing and a schedule, because that's, you know, this is all word of mouth based off of what me and him negotiated. And because of that, it's different from the appointment type that we make for everybody. So that's why I create invoice. Right here you have reports. Reports are kind of useful. We're using reports to see how many throne chairs and 360 booths close out during a certain time period. We noticed that in the months of April and May, throne chairs, 360 booth, marquee numbers, like all those things go out a lot because everyone is graduating and it's prom season and stuff like that. So reports are good to look at. And you have other things on here like revenue, you know, intake forms, users, tips, things like that. Now, scheduling page link. This is, remember, this is the name as me. This is where you can copy this and give people that link to go find your booking site. Okay, so if I clicked on this, it's gonna open up our booking site. So this is what our booking site looks like right now, just so you can have an idea. So right now, this is what it looks like. When I send someone that link, you want to book, you can book the 360. That's the only option right now. We're going to add more. These are the days. I'm going to show you how to change this into a calendar layout so that they can select more dates. And you know, this is the information and confirmation. These are the next steps, but just so you can see it, you know. Let me just go ahead and do it so you guys can see, you know, put some stuff there, put some stuff there, complete appointment, you know, and then it will book at that time. And then it'll email them a confirmation. All right, now let's go down to customize appearance. This is where you can change stuff. So right here, here's a live view of what it looks like. And over here is where you can change how it looks. So for instance, it says testy right there. I can change that to booking site, and it'll change it to booking site right there. See that? So this is just a reflection of what your settings are. So I want to change it to monthly because we like the monthly look. That way people can select their days and then select their time, right? Industry, I don't really put industry. I just kind of ignore this one. Logo, I do have a logo that I put up on my E4 Digital website. And the scheduling instructions, you can write like, you know, little things here like click on the service you are interested in. And it'll show up right there, prompting. I don't put anything there, to be honest with you, because people tend to know just like go down and click. And I have a lot of like Canva animation text that are above my website. But this is the main thing that shows up. This right here is this right here is Acuity. So, all right. So now let's look at the scheduling page option. Oh, make sure you save any changes you make. So save here. Now we're gonna go to scheduling page option. These just add and hide, do different things to your scheduling book. It's up to you what you want to do. One thing I would check is require phone numbers. I'll always require a phone number when scheduling. I need to figure out, you know, who I'm gonna call. Hide at another time. I don't really care. That's just the option. So these are things that you can do yourself, you know. I like to hit collapse categories because what happens is I make a whole category for photo booth and then I have a multiple different options for photo booths under there. So let's go to as me so you guys can kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about. So under 360 photo booth for me, I have a bunch of different photo booths, right? But you see how it collapsed? This collapsed all into just photo booth 360. So when you have a bunch of different services like this, like I do, you might want to click on the collapse categories just to make things more seamless, more neat. And this is advanced things that you can do. Oh, don't forget to save, guys. I always forget to save. And then the advanced CC, this is more for people that are just more advanced, just have more knowledge about stuff like that. I don't know anything about that, so I'm gonna skip that. All right. Now let's move on to the fun stuff. The availability, appointment types, intake forms. This is the meat of Acuity, and this is what's going to help automate a lot of these processes for us. But before I do that, I just want to plug my new YouTube channel. Just my name, Taekwon Jackson. I'm doing, you know, right here on GrindWitty. Right here is where I do a lot of my work hard stuff. So I work hard and I play hard. On GrindWitty, I work hard, and this is how I make all the money. And on Taekwon Jackson, that's where I spend the money on these, you know, on these cruises, on these, you know, fun vacations, the people weddings. So if you want to see me and my girlfriend go out to these fun vacations, go out to these cruises, check out my Taekwon Jackson YouTube page. You know, like and subscribe it. But you know, if that's not something you're interested in, hey, stay over here and GrindWitty and learn. You know, there's a time for learning and there's a time for play. So it's up to you when you want to do both, you know. So anyway, let's head over to availability. Now, this is our calendar. And the way it works is very simple. So let's say we run a business And you know, I know we set it up in the beginning, but this is where you really set it up right. Let's say that we are only open, you know, during the weekend. So we would come in here, we open at 9 a.m. Let's say we don't close to 11 p.m., right? We're gonna copy that and put that only for the weekend days. So we're gonna put it here, we're gonna put it here. And for the days that we're not gonna be open to work, we're gonna put 0. So 0, 0, 0, 0. Now, I'm gonna save those regular hours. You can see when we do that, now all these days are closed and the only days people can book are these days. And you can see that in the link. So if I go back to the appointment types, I'm gonna just do this real quickly. I know this is a new page, and I click preview. You can see all these days are now unhighlighted. You cannot select any of these days to book your event. Interesting, right? So that's something to be aware of. I'm gonna close this preview and I'm gonna go back to where we were. All right. So now let's say, okay, Ty, this is my normal schedule, but I want to make a special day that I'm working. Well, this is what this bottom part's for. This is the override section. So, you know, maybe on the 14th, hey, on the 14th, I want to be open from this time to this time. Now, if someone wants to come and work, if someone wants to book, they can book on that 14th, and let's go back and check that. So we go back, let's go to appointment types, let's go to preview, and you can see on the 14th is now you can highlight and select it because we override our normal scheduling routine. Okay, so that's what the top part is. Top part is the main way you like to run things, and the bottom is like, this is going to change month by month, but every once in a while you might be like, okay, I want to work this day, or maybe maybe this day you want to I want to override and be closed this day. You can do things like that, and that's what this part's for. This overrides this. That's all this is for, overriding. Now that we're done with that, let's move down to appointment types. Appointment types are where you're gonna make all your different services. So let's say I want to create a new service type. I want to do throne chairs. And I know I'm not spelling it right, guys, but I'm trying to rush through this because I have another thing to get to today. Let's say we do it for $150. It's a throne chair. It's the white and silver throne chair, or single seater throne chair. It's all funky up there, whatever. You can choose a picture. I've added pictures to mine just because it helps with scheduling. So if you see on mine, let's go back to viewer categories on my throne chairs. I like to add each different type of throne chair just so when they book, they see it. I see that it's white. I see that, because the last thing you want to do is have people think that they booked the throne chair and they booked the wrong one. I see this is 2 chairs, I see this is 1 chair. I see this is a double seater love seat chair, that I try to make everything I do idiot proof so people can understand. Because if they don't get through this process this way, they're gonna call you. And what we're trying to do is avoid people calling you. That's the whole point of us setting this up. So I would suggest adding photos there if you can. And then we can add block off time before. So what I'd usually do, so this is the duration. This is how long they get the chair. I just put 30 minutes just because it's just easier to put in my schedule. But I do a full day. So once they get the chair, they get it for that day. No one else can get that chair. But below it says also block off. This right here adds extra time before their booking. So say they booked at 4 o'clock, right? In my schedule, it's gonna block off from 3 o'clock all the way to their booking. And then once their booking happens, it's gonna go from 4 to 4:30. But, so why do I add this? This right here is my driving time. I always block off 30 minutes in my schedule just for driving so I can get to every appointment on time. And that's why I love this feature of Acuity. Acuity is so helpful because not only am I blocking off the time automatically, I'm just blocking off the time once they book, but Acuity is already blocking off time for me to travel to exactly where they're going. So luckily, by adding this, you're just adding time for you to make your life easier and making sure that you have time to at least 30 minutes to an hour to get from place to place without having any interruptions. But yeah, so that's it right there. And then I would just hit create appointment type. And now we have 2 services. So if we click preview, now we can book a 360 photo booth, or we can select a throne chair. See, the same process. I can book for the 14th or any other day, or anytime next month. And I have a bunch of different time slots I can choose from. Okay. So it's really something handy and useful to do. Now, what I would suggest to do is you make a bunch. So I could duplicate this, right? Let's say someone wanted a 360 for 1 hour. So let's do 60 minutes. Let's make it half price, 150. And now that this is the same type of thing, what I would do is I would create a category, and I would call that category, 360 photo booth. 360 photo booth. Now when I create that appointment type, now I have a thing right here that's just for 360 photo booths. What I would do is I'll add the other one. So let me add this to the category, 360 photo booth. Now they're both under the same category. So when I click preview, see they're both under here. And I would make one for throne chairs too, but let me just show you what I'm talking about. Now I have these right here under 360 photo booth and throne chair up here. Okay, let's duplicate this, and maybe now it's a white and gold. This is the white and gold version. Other one's white and silver. And I'll create appointment type. Now we have 2, white and gold and white and silver. But I'll put both of these under throne chair. So create new category. This time we're going to say throne chair. Save. Update appointment type. Now there's a category for throne chairs, and throne chairs are under there. I'm going to edit this. Category, throne chair. Update appointment type. Now why are we doing this? Just to make things look more neat. As you can see, 360 photo booths are together. Over here, throne chairs are together. Now, let me show you that collapse feature I was talking about earlier. So let's go back to scheduling. Let's go back to customize appearance. Remember scheduling page option. Now I'm gonna hit that collapse feature that I was talking about. Collapse. So look over here, that's the collapse. I'm gonna save changes. Now look at it. Let me expand preview. Now I can select this, and now both of my options are under here. But if I want to hide these 2 and just see what all the services are, now I can see the services. 360 photo booth services or throne chair services. Or I want to pick my specific throne chair. Let me select throne chair. Now I can pick the exact throne chair I want. I want this white and silver or the white and gold. I can hit book, and now I can book my day and time slot. Now, the question you might be asking is, all right, Ty, what if I want to get a throne chair, right, and a 360 photo booth? Well, there's a way to do that, and I can show you that right now. So we'll go down to appointment types, and we're going to click add-ons. This is where you create that, okay, I want to add this thing on. So create appointment type. I'm just going to write throne chair, white and silver. Okay, and the additional price is, let's see, 150. The duration, I always put 0 for the duration just so it doesn't mess up anything. And then you can select all the things that can have this as an add-on. So white and silver is already the thing that is already the throne chair, so I'm not going to add it to that. But 360, and throne chair, I'm going to add it to those, create, and now I have an add-on that I can add to other things. So if you go back to appointment types, and I go to 360, let's go to the preview, select, I'm going to select a 360, so I'm going to say the 2-hour one. Now you can see add to your appointment, and I can add a throne chair. You'll see on mine that if you try to book a throne chair or any service. So let's go back on mine so I can show you an example. So for me, You know, let's say they're getting a 360 photo booth. You want to book 1 hour. Here's all the add-ons you can add. I can add a throne chair, white and gold. I can add a couple marquee numbers, you know. I can add a couple hours of photography. I can add all that to this one booking and then have them book. And it's only going to be more money for you. So if you're someone that has multiple things, services that you can give to a client, put them there. Because I get a lot of clients that'll just book a throne chair and just want some ropes and sanctions. You know, they'll book a 360 photo booth and want a throne chair. Or maybe they want an hour of photography and want 2 marquee numbers because the prompt's enough and they want to have a 23. Having these add-ons there are only going to benefit you. Because sometimes people don't realize that you offer other services. But having this there means that they can always read this before going down and booking their thing. And that's why I think it's a huge advantage to have. So don't sleep on add-ons. They can help a lot to your business. So we're going to close this. Now coupons. Real quick, I just want to do coupons just so you guys can see, and just because it's there. Sometimes you might want to give someone a discount. So we're just going to call it whatever. We'll call it discount. That's going to be the name of the coupon code. You can put, you know, I would never put 100%, you know, unless it's someone that I know is family member. But what I usually do is like a 10% discount. You know, here's your 10% discount code. You know, use the code discount. You can make it where a total number of uses, unlimited uses, or each customer can use this once. I like that option a lot of times. And then you can pick what appointment it applies to. I usually do it for all appointment types. And then you can even put an expiration date. So you can say, hey guys, I have a special, you know, photo booth deal. So it's only for, you know, it's only for just photo booths. And you get 10% off. And it expires on the 14th. You know, you can make a discount code like that, and you can send it out, and not have to worry about you losing so much money. But you can, you know, make these little incentives to get more clients, and you can save that as a coupon, and then it'll forever be there. So now when you look there, here's your coupon code that you've made. So this is very useful. I use things like this for decorators. Like I have a special decorators price, like, hey, I'll give you 10% off every time you bring a client to our event space. Okay, and I give them this discount code. That way, when they book for their client, they can tell them how much it costs, but then they can pocket 10% of whatever the total cost is. And it's good for them and it's good for me because I'm getting more clients without having to do more work. Okay, so that's appointment types. Intake forms work with appointment types. So intake forms, just so you guys know, we're gonna here's the new terms and conditions. So this is where I just paste my contract and just save it. But let me go back just so you can see that. But new custom form. So this is the questions I ask them before they book. So if you go over here, let's say we went through this process, right? Okay, whatever. Oh, I don't know, something's happening. Let me see. They said they did videography, they wanted to book this, whatever, 24th at 8 a.m. Save and continue, right? They put the name, number, stuff like that. Then they put here's the contract. Remember, the contract would be this one right here. So new terms and conditions agreement. And then if you hit new custom forms, this is where you make all these questions. And these questions are the things that I love. You know, I would take as much time as I need to make sure you got all these questions right. Okay? Because these are the questions that you want people to answer. So if you notice, some of these have the red star on the side of it. You can make required answers for some of these. So you'll notice all these right here are required stuff. Like you have to tell me. You can't book without putting an emergency contact number in. You can't book without putting a venue owner's name and venue owner's number. Now I know what some of you guys might be saying, oh, well, this is a lot for the client. Sometimes the client doesn't want to deal with all that. They just want to pay me cash and stuff like that. All I'm saying is this is going to give you the peace of mind to make sure that you have all the right information, and any wrong information you get, you can show them, hey, you put this on the document. Now, if you going by word of mouth, by answering the phone, just trying to write it all down and you forget, all they're going to do is blame you. Even if they gave you the wrong information, they'll just say that they gave you the right information. And then you have no way of proving them wrong. But doing it like this puts all the information and all the blame on them and all the pressure on them to give you the exact information you need to do your job. And I don't think it's too much to ask for an emergency contact number, a venue name number. Like, they called the venue to book the venue. They should have a number. You know what I'm saying? They should know what the address of the place is. You know, these aren't questions that they should know if it's inside or outside. These aren't hard questions. It just takes time. But a client that fills this form out, I know will take the time to pay me right and do what they need to do. A client that's not going to fill this out, I know they probably want to BS me. They're probably going to beat around the bush, not want to do all the work. So in my opinion, fill this stuff out, you know, take some time to really go through these questions. What I use is the text box one. I like that one. You click required. I ask them, do you understand you must be on time for drop off? And then you can, you know, leave that at one text a line. You know what I'm saying? Or you can ask, what's the full address? You know, and save form, and now your form's there and it's required. See, what's the full address? And that's how it will pop up. And say you don't like this one, you just delete it. Now, once you make all of them, you're gonna select where you want this to show up. So I want this to show up on all of them when people book any of those services. But say for some instances you wanted to make specialty ones for each one. I don't do that. I like to keep them all the same. But if you wanted to, you could say, okay, I want all these list of questions to only be on the 360 booth. And then you can make another one of these forms, you know, because after you save this, you could save this form as, like, you know, form 1 or something like that. And then you can make another list of questions just for the throne chair. I like to keep it all the same, because the questions about marquee numbers, even though it's only for marquee number clients, they can see, oh, they have marquee numbers. Oh, they have throne chairs, you know. So I like to just do little flashes of, hey, I have this, without actually having to, you know, really do that. Let me add another one. Yup. Question mark. Save form and question. So now it should be saved. Let's try it again. It's for one of these. So appointment type. This one says copy, so I know it's on the one that doesn't say copy. So preview. This one doesn't have copy, so I'm going to select this one. 9 a.m. Select and continue. And then see, so the 3 questions here, the regular question is always there. Then what's your full address? What's your address? And then yup, you know? So now they have to fill these out before, and if they try to, like, let's see, they just, you know, yeah, just put this, you can see, hey, you're required to put that in, you know? Let me see, at gmail.com, you know? And I try to complete appointment, it's gonna flag me, hey, what's the full address? It will not let them, you know, skip this part. So anyone in your calendar is going to have to fill out all this information, and that information is gonna be there. Now they can fill it out wrong, you know, but I also put in my questionnaire, these questionnaires, like I have a yes or no question that they have to click yes before they continue. It's like, you understand, if you put in the wrong information or don't give us all the information, it is your fault. You will not get a refund. I put that in there so that they know they have to put the right information in. So if that's something that interests you, make sure you fill out these forms. All right. Packages and gifts, I don't use any of those. You could. You know, I would suggest just checking out a couple other YouTube videos. Integrations, this is where you can connect it to Facebook. I mean, not Facebook, to your QuickBooks online to keep track of all your expenses and money that you come in. Sync with other calendars. This is where you're gonna have to put in either your Google Calendar, iCloud Calendar, any calendar that you're gonna check often and you use to schedule everything. You know, this is where you want to connect it. I connect my Google Calendar so it shows up right on my phone. But you know, choose whatever you prefer that works best for you. And then your payment system. Of course, I told you already, I recommend Stripe. That's how you collect your money. You know, keep the card on file. If they don't do us right, you know, you can just charge them. You know, select right there, click save, and it's gonna, you know, save those changes, and you know, that's what it's gonna be. Now, client email. Let's discard this because I haven't put anything in there. Now when you pay for the full, this is because this is a free trial that I'm on. But when you pay for the full amount, you'll be able to, you know, put the confirmation stuff in. So I changed this to where it says like thank you and you know, thank you for being here, and you know, here's a 10% discount code for your next booking. You know, but it'll email them this information when you do that. You know, reminders is another thing. Once you pay for the program or for this software or for this whatever it's called, it allows me to send reminders. So what I do is every year, 30 days before the event of their last day. So say someone booked today, next year, 30 days before this date, it's going to email them, hey, here's a discount code if you want to throw a party again for the same day. So if it's a birthday, hey, here's a discount code you know, that you can use to have another party, you know. Cancellations, here's the emails that, you know, for cancellations, this is what's going to send them. Rescheduling, this is going to send them. Follow-up, this is an email that I can send out right after they finish their booking. What I usually type is, hey, here's a 10% discount code you can use on your next booking. Packages or gift, I don't use that. And appointment receipts, I don't do that either, because they get a code confirmation email and everything gets sent to them. But yeah, this is Acuity. You know I went through this very fast. If you have questions, please write it below. I am not the only YouTuber that does Acuity, believe me. I've watched a bunch of tutorials, but I just want to give you guys an overview of how I set mine up. You know, I want to show you like what's it like setting it up. You do have to put some time and effort in, but it saves you so much time and effort. In my next video, I'll be showing you how I, you know, post all over Facebook Marketplace to get clients. And you're going to see, hey, I don't have time to sit there and answer every single question. Hey, all I do is answer, you know, ask them what day and time slot are they looking for, if they're trying, you know, what they're trying to get, and if it's available, I send them this link and they can just go ahead and book. I don't have to ask them for the location of the event, their phone number. I don't have to collect a payment for them. It all gets done with this link. So that's why I'm trying to set you guys up. So once I show you the next YouTube video through Facebook with all the things you need to know, hopefully you'll have your link ready, and all you have to do is copy and paste and for your Facebook, and let's get these clients. So that's going to conclude my Acuity review and Acuity setup process. I know I went very, very fast, so please excuse me, but you know, I'm just trying to give you guys some content. I know you guys been waiting for me to send you some content. I'm definitely making this content for my sister, because my sister's been asking me since day one. Ty, you know, I run a photo booth business, you know, in Delaware. I need to know how to set up my Acuity. Well, here's a step-by-step situation on how you set it up. I know I went through it quickly, but you know, comment below. What questions do you have? You know, I'm pretty sure there's other people in here that have used Acuity. We can all learn together. You know, I honestly don't know everything. I'm just trying to give you the basics of what I learned and how I use it. And one last thing, just so people know, this part of Acuity, so let me go back real quick. This part right here, this is all done with Etsy. So this is an Etsy and Canva thing. I bought this on Etsy and I manipulated it in Canva. So this design is from Etsy. I bought it for 15 bucks, but you don't have to buy it. You can just make this in Canva, and all you do is insert it in a certain place. So I can show you that real quick, just so people know and don't feel like, oh, my website doesn't look like his. Hey, your website can definitely look like mine. I just took one that was online for 15 bucks and made it for, you know, my business. But anyway, where you would do that is you would go to a customized appearance here, and right here is where you would just post the picture. So let's see if I can insert picture. So you just insert image, choose file, or drop file. Let me see if I can drop a file there. It has to be a small file, I believe, but I'm gonna try to see. You know, let's see if this will work. Oh, that file might be too big. Anyway, you're supposed to insert a very small file, guys. And once you do that, see, it needs to be less than 1.5 megabytes. I can't drop a file, but anyway, all this is a bunch of separate pictures. So this is a picture, this is a picture, and this is a picture, all made in Canva separately. This is a picture, this is a picture, all made in Canva, and then you just paste it in one by one right on top of each other. And when you do that, it shows up right on top of this. And that's all my website is. It's just these pictures and then the booking part right down here. And if you look at the top, it says choose appointment, your info, confirmation. Same thing over here. Choose appointment, your info, confirmation. The only difference is I just have a bunch of pictures on top and I just changed my background to black. So again, I'm sorry I keep forgetting this, but this is the end of the video. Again, I hope you got some information of it. If this was any use to you, and I know I've been, I'm bad at talking for such a long time. I don't do this often, but I want to make more videos where I show you and explain. It can't be always fun and games with you guys. I gotta make sure I give you some content that actually helps you in your business, So if this is helpful for you, please like and subscribe, because believe me, I'm sitting in my room. I have my AC off and I'm sweating in here because I want to make sure I can have the best mic on so you guys can hear me clearly. So I would greatly appreciate it if you like and subscribe. And please check out my fun YouTube channel, Taekwon Jackson. That's where me and my fiance, we go on cruises and other vacations, and we just record our time and show you how we spend the money that we make, grinding. We grind for this money, and we grind for this money so we can spend this money on things that we enjoy and invest in our future. So, that's part of investing in our future is investing in me and my fiance. Future is us having a good time together, and Grind Witty is about us building that time together. So that's going to conclude it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. The next video is going to be about how to do the Facebook marketing. So before you watch that video, I greatly recommend you guys have your links ready, so we can just go in and just plug and play, plug and play, plug and play. And you can post your link everywhere. All right, bye. All right, bye, guys.